Hey Tanya, I just finished watching your video. You go to some cool places. I wish we had cool. Well, we have cool places, but not like that. Different places and stuff. We have a lot of nice places too. I can't say that. It's just different out there. Yeah, I like watching videos of nature things and stuff like that. Did your car end up being okay? 'Cause I know you said something about your car might get broken into. I hope not. But at the end of the video, I didn't hear you say it got broken into. You said if it doesn't get broken into, you're gonna make a donation. I heard you say something like that, and I was like, I hope our car didn't get broken into. That would suck if you're on like a, you know. Oh, okay, right. Well, that's cool. Well, as long as your car didn't get broken into. Yeah, yeah. I did lives like that on Instagram, not on here. I have a lot of lives on my Instagram with all the Bermuda stuff everywhere. I have pure videos on there. Yeah, well, now that I heard that you say that, I was like, I wonder if you knew something was gonna happen to your car. Mhm. But see, that's why I tell people like when I heard you say that, right? It reminded me of other people that say things, and then the devil's like, "Oh, you want something happen to your car? Okay, good. I got something for you." Now, if you have faith over fear, meaning you put your car there and you say, "Yeah, it'll be fine. My car will be fine. I ain't gotta worry about it." People say cars get broken into, but mine won't. That's what you should say. I know. I tell my mom, my dad, my sister. I tell everybody the same thing. You initiate the negative energy. If you don't initiate it, then it does nothing happens. It was just like just now, you know. Like I said to myself, Carmen's getting older, and she's still very protective of me. And then I said, I hope to God nothing ever happens to her, like, or where, somebody, does something bad to her. And I said, man, it's been 10 years. Ain't nobody done shit to her. And that's because I pray for her ass every day. And I pray for myself and I pray for protection every day. So I have faith over fear. I said, erase that out of your mind, Mar. Yeah. See, you should have went with you should always go with your first mind. Because spirit's trying to nudge you to not go into a worse scenario. And I always think about my parents. I think about you sometimes being all alone, by yourself. And I worry about you guys. And when I see you guys coming to live, I'm like, thank God they're okay. But see, that's me just worrying about people not being with somebody. And you said it in the video. You said, I come here, but it's I wish I had that other person. Because when we're with another person, we feel like we're protected or we have a better chance of surviving anything that's bad, right? But what we don't realize is spirit is more powerful than any human being. So a spirit will get in the way of that and make sure nothing will happen. But we also get that intuition to say, hey, don't do that shit, or go here or go there. How many times do we say, if I would have went with my first mind, none of this shit would have happened? I say that plenty of times. Hey, Mystical, how you doing? Be like, see, if I would have did that, I wouldn't have got into this. If I did that, I wouldn't have got into that. If I would have paid attention, I would have done that. And then you have like those days where something happens and it benefits you, and you're like, wait a minute, but if I did what I was supposed to do, then this wouldn't have happened. But it actually happened because I needed it to happen, because now that it happened, it's gonna benefit me even though it was a shitty thing. So like that's where that saying comes in, you're damned if you do and damned if you don't. So it's like sometimes you try to change something to make it positive, but it's gonna be negative, and that negative would then turn into a positive. And that happened recently to me, like last month. And then I said to myself, this is a bad situation, but it's ended up being a good one in the long run. Yeah. Well, that's all that matters at the end of the day, right, Tanya? Is sometimes when things like that happen, it's just a sign to say, you need to relax. You need to not, overdo things, or something like that, or maybe it's your time to rest, and that's the only way they can get you to rest. But see, like you're trying to like move on with life and try to get out there and do things and have fun, make content, and just keep yourself occupied. So like, and then you do something productive, and then that bullshit happens. You have a car accident. So you're like, so what am I supposed to do? Stay home locked up all day? No. What happened was is you did what you had to do. You didn't really pay attention to your intuition, but at the time you're thinking that nothing like that bad is gonna happen, right? So then something bad happens. And then you looked at the positive right away. You said, at least I'm alive. My poor car, but hey, at least I'm alive. At least I'm okay. I got banged up, whatever. I'm good and I'm okay. I'm here. I'm alive. So looking at the positive parts of things, you say to yourself, okay, yeah, I'm okay. At the end of the day, bad shit happened, but I'm all right. It was just like the night that my sister and I got assaulted, that night. Man, those couple minutes. actually, made me realize that, hey, this happened for a reason. And we were protected. We didn't, nothing bad happened to us. Yeah, we got assaulted. It was fucked up, but at least, you know, nothing really serious really happened, right? And I think the reason why nothing really happened to us is because Spirit had our back and was fighting our battle. But at the end of the day, sometimes you can't help what other people do, right? People have their own mind and they'll do something like the person that hit you, you know, like the person that hit your car, like they were in the wrong. So you can't control that person in that steering wheel. You see what I'm saying? You couldn't control that person hitting you. It just happens. Like sometimes bad shit happens to good people, and sometimes bad shit happens for a reason. It's to set you up. It's to rearrange and reorganize your life in a different way. You see what I'm saying? So all these bad things that happen to us happens for a reason. But at the end of the day, it's to prepare us for a better situation that comes. Yeah. Hey Maria. Yeah, can't you see? I'm okay. Yeah. Now we're just comparing stories that's happened in the past, bad shit that happens to us. But and that's why I tell people sometimes bad things happen to everyone, and it doesn't matter how good you are or how happy you are or how nice you are, how much you donate to somebody, how much you do things for people. Like you can be a doctor, a nurse, or you could be whatever. You're still gonna have bad shit happen to you. It's life. You can do whatever you want. You can't be perfect. It's not going to be perfect. So it's like certain things happen to you for a reason. But as long as it's not, tragic or really bad, then there's nothing really to worry about. But some people take it like, pretty bad and I can't express enough like to have more faith and less fear, you know? Have more faith in God that everything is gonna be all right. Have more, make sure you're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. It's not the end of the world. Yeah, exactly. That's all you gotta do is put I in front of everything and just take care of yourself. Pretty much. You're good. You always ask Walter, are you okay? And now he's doing it too. Well, that's good. See, you get people into a positive energy mood. That's pretty much a good thing. But I'll never forget like all the bad things that happened, and I'll always remember the good things that happened too. But you just sit there and you analyze everything sometimes, and you're like, why the fuck did this shit happen? I could have prevented this. I could have done this. How many times do we say I could have done this differently? I should have done that instead of this. But that's just the way it's gonna be. If everybody can take back time, they would. And it doesn't work that you can't reverse, you can't go back into time. It doesn't work. You got to keep moving forward. So you learn from your mistakes, and then things can happen where you're like, oh well. I'm sure if we all had a couple wishes, we would wish for a lot of things, but unfortunately, someone will wish it back not to happen, right? So you're still fucked. And we can't go back in time. This ain't Back to the Future. There is no bullshit like that happens. And we have to just face reality and just live life every day. And that's all that matters. There's many times where I say to myself, that night I could have did this and I would nothing would have happened. If I would have reacted this way, maybe nothing would have happened. If if I would have did this, then maybe that wouldn't have happened. But you can't change it now. It's over, and it all happened for a reason. You know, maybe not the reason you want it to happen, or maybe you like think of things over and over and over and say, I'm a dumbass. I should have did this and I should have did that. It's over now. Get over it. Let go and let God deal with it now, and just keep moving on. Keep moving on. And I know it's hard. Trust me, I know. But in my opinion, the best thing to do is to live today. Don't worry about tomorrow. Don't worry about yesterday either. 'Cause yesterday can, things can be changed, but not like that. Yeah, pretty much. And as I said that, the Ace of Cups fell out the deck. Well, we all overthink. Our minds are programmed to think, and sometimes they think in a bad way, in a good way, in a positive way, in a negative way, in a evil way, and in a way where you fear all the time, where you're always worried and worried and worried. But the thing is, the best thing to do is put your mind at ease and know that that's nothing that you can only change so much in your life. You can only change so much. And if you think you can change every last thing in your life, you can. It ain't possible. That's why I have a way different outlook on life than I've had in the past 10 years. Maria, thanks for your donation. I know you can't resist. I know you're a pain in the ass, but it's all good. At least you're nice. I'll check what's going on, but I think that our mentality is what we need to focus on. We have to really think hard and say, you know what can I do to like change my mentality? What can I do to change my life? What can I do to like not worry about certain things or certain people, right? And that's the thing. There's always gonna be that one person or that second person that's gonna be a fucking pain in the ass, basically. And you got to make sure you don't let that person get to you emotionally, physically, mentally, and you got to keep focusing on your life emotionally, physically, and mentally. And that's it's a task, but we can do it. I believe everyone has the right, the choice to make. And if you make the right choice, then you ain't got to worry about nothing. We're all gonna be all right. You know what, Maria? I got the exact same thing I got yesterday, but different cards, but the same scenario. But today, it's only different in a way I'm gonna tell you. Yesterday I told you, and that's why I tell you sometimes, shit don't change. I got Walter's son and his mother still arguing, still going at each other. But I have you here today, and you're upright, and you're the Queen of Pentacles, right? And you're a Taurus, right? Yeah. So this is your card right here, Queen of Pentacles. Hey, Lucky, how you doing? So you right here show up in the reading, and Walter thinks that he's extremely comfortable with you. He thinks you're elegant. He thinks you bring him dignity. He thinks you're a person that has everything you need and he doesn't have to provide for you. He thinks you're generous and he thinks that you help him no matter what. And he likes that about you. He likes that he looks at his baby mama and he looks at his son arguing right now and he says, "At least I have Maria." Whereas yesterday you didn't show up and he was just pissed off at them. He's still pissed off at them, but he says, "You know what? I have Maria." And that's why I don't have to worry about shit. I don't have to worry about my son and his mother acting up because at least I have Maria. What happened was he he caught he caught them in some lies or something like that, or one of them lied to the other, and so forth, and then he feels like kind of, he feels like they've misrepresented who he is. You know what I mean? So he's still pissed at them, but he says, "At least I have you." So something went on here with lies, friends, all that bullshit, and like he's still pissed at them. Like he's trying to get away from that and say, "You know what? I have to look at things positively." And that's, I have Maria and that's all that matters to me. Yep. But with you, it's perfectly fine. Hey Dan, how you doing, brother? Yeah, exactly. I asked, how does he feel about you? And he feels that you are very strong. You make him strong. I got the Lover's card, Judgment, High Priest of Strength, all good shit. He thinks that you are, now that this shit happened, whatever happened, I'm going to tell you right now, whatever happened between the son and the mother and the son's girlfriend, like I told you yesterday, it carried over to today's reading. And what I'm getting is they all lied about something, and now he's like, you know what, I ain't got no time for you guys. I'm pissed off at you guys. You guys sort out your own fucking problems. I got my own life. And he says to himself, you know what, I never have drama when I deal with Maria. She gives me my space. She does this for me. She does that for me. I'm good. You guys are fucking idiots. I'm not dealing with you guys. Deal with your own shit. I have Maria. I ain't got no time for this bullshit. I got my new job. I got this. I got that. And then now he's cool. And that's exactly what I see today. Like he knows that he can sincerely deal with you and trust you because he looks at them and says, "Look at this bullshit I'm dealing with." Like I tell you many times, some people are deranged. This world is full of idiots. The world is a beautiful place, but not people. There's a lot of people who are envious, jealous, stupid, ignorant, annoying, evil, devil in disguise, so forth. The list goes on. So he feels like he can definitely deal with you, and not have to worry about them. He's probably gonna tell you about all of this stuff soon. I'm sure he is. So just sit back and eat your popcorn and drink your tea, and he'll tell you everything, I'm sure, this week. But otherwise, that Maria, it looks good. Looks like he's finally starting to realize that you're the only person that he can deal with. Yeah. When was the last time you saw him, like face to face? Thursday. Yep. Yeah. I pulled some extra cards here, and it pretty much says that his heart is telling him just do it. Like just keep going the way he is with you, because the lying was just easier for him than telling the truth. Like sometimes he wants to tell you that, his baby mom and his son and the son's girlfriend are acting crazy, and then he wants to tell you that shit, but then he's like, you know what, I'm not even gonna bore her with these fucking people's lives, like, and that's what the cards are telling me. Like he's not ready to tell you the full thing. Because I tried to get an answer out of what the hell this woman did, but I got confirmation that it is lying. She's lying to him about something. I think it's about the son. Like she could have lied to the son about something, and then they got caught. She got caught lying about the son, and now the son's pissed at her. So that's how it is. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I just couldn't remember when was the last time you spoke to him. Because remember, I told you yesterday that you might not even see him tomorrow or Tuesday or Wednesday because he's going through all this bullshit, and he doesn't want to like tell you that all this crap that happened, you know. But when he's ready, he'll tell you. Yeah. But it's almost like he doesn't want to tell you because he doesn't want you to like get upset. Yeah. So I just wanted to check what was going on there, but it's definitely lying. I got lying twice, so they must have lied to Walter about some shit, and now he's pissed. But that's why he's probably gonna like not say too much to you because he doesn't want to get you involved. But just wait for it. That's all. Just wait to hear whatever he says. I'm sure he's gonna tell you. Dan gets excited when you give him smooches. We just can't tell Walter. Maria likes giving the vessels to everyone. We just can't tell Walter because he'll get jealous. If Walter knew that she was giving me and Dan and everyone kisses, he might be a little upset about that. He'd be like, "Hey, hey, hey, that's just for me. That ain't for these guys. What the hell you doing? What the hell? What the hell? This damn dog snoring." Do you know I rewatched my live about something because I couldn't remember what I said about something. And I was like, didn't I say that on my live? So I went back and looked, and I can hear my dog snoring in the background. Yeah, that's true, Dan. Yeah, I heard about that. I never got it, thank God. But a couple of my friends got that shit. I was like, yeah, you ain't kissing me, them dirty lips. Oh, thanks. And I got a hug too. Thanks. I appreciate it, Marie. don't tell don't tell Walter. Every time I go in the pool for a swim and I get out, I feel like more exhausted. I feel like I can go sleep right now. Oh hell no, that's not good. Well, at least you're all right. That's all that matters. It's a long way from your heart. There she goes. I knew she couldn't resist. And she's on the, she's her head is like on the couch on the bottom, and her ass is right here. She's twitching and snoring, and she's sprawled right out on the tile again. Yeah, I know, Dan. It happens sometimes, you know. She's something else, Lucky. She really is. But the good thing is she's not bleeding through her sores anymore. So I put Vaseline on him, so she's fine now. My nephew's like, "What the hell happened to her elbow?" I'm like, "Well, she's a dumb dog, and what it is she when she gets up, she scratches her. She rubs up against something when she gets up, and it tore like her elbow skin off, and then she has a cut on her foot because she never keeps still, and she must have cut it on like on a rock or something outside. And I even let the grass cover the rocks now because she always um like I put like a rock garden back like the grass meets the tile for the pool deck. So in between the grass and the tile, I put like some rock down there, some like pretty decent sized rocks, like decoration rocks. And then she used to always step on the rocks like a dumb dog and sprain like twist her ankle or her foot, right, or her paw will get cut. So I let the grass over like cover it. So the grass grew through the rocks and it got to a point where you don't see the rocks anymore. It's just the grass covering it, which I don't like to do, but I did it because of her, so she doesn't hurt herself. And that didn't make no difference. She found a way to cut her damn paw again. You know why? Because she never keeps still. She may be 10 years old and older now, but she never keeps still. I would tell her, blue in the face, stay right there. I'm coming right back. No way in hell. As soon as I say I'm coming right back, she don't believe me. She'll get up and start following me. Then she'll come to the gate and I'm like, I'm coming right back. Then she'll stay at the gate waiting for me. So when I come back, she starts wagging her tail as if to say, oh, he did come back. Sometimes he tells me he's coming back and I don't see him for about an hour or two. You lying fucker. That's what she probably says. She's like, sometimes you tell me you're coming back, but you come back, but you come back when you want to. But she's all right there. I just took her outside to pee. And now she's snoring away. I wish I could sleep like that all damn day. I almost fell asleep on the couch today, especially when I came out of the water, out of the pool. I went in the pool and I came back. I was in the pool for about an hour. And then I came out and I was like, I should go to sleep. I really should. Then I was on the couch and I was like, I better not go to sleep yet. Okay, Maria, take care, sweetheart. Have a good work week. Wish you well. Hope you have a good night and a good day tomorrow at work. Don't tell Walter. Besos. Before you know it, Halloween will be here. Shit. This damn dog is something else. It's such a pain in my ass. Hey. Must be nice to be you, Anna. Huh? Lucky, you want some cards? I got my marquee deck here. If anybody wants a message, I'll give you one. I got the marquee cards out tonight. My marquee decks are feeling kind of lonely over here. So I haven't pulled these cards in a little while, so I'll give you a message if you're here. All right, cool. All right, Lucky. One day at a time. The answer is no at the moment. So I know you're still waiting, but the answer is no at the moment. And let go of the past. And on the bottom it says, get yourself balanced. Mystical, you want a message from my deck? I don't know if I ever told you, Mystical, or you know, but I've made 3 decks over the past 5 years. It's called the Marky Marks Tarot deck, and I have my other one here too. It's a deck number 2, and then number 3 is like number 3 is a beginner's tarot deck for those who want to. Yeah, I have 3 decks that I made in the past couple years. Oh, there you go, Lucky. You're welcome. Yeah, I made my own decks in the past few years. I have another one too, like that I have. It's called the bootleg deck. So I have 4 altogether, but I don't really use the bootleg one anymore. All right, Mystical. Let's see what we get. All right, you also got let go of the past, don't we all? Someone is spying on you, and your finances will get better soon. And on the bottom, you have stop dealing with assholes. Easier said than done. So there you go. That is your messages. You're welcome, Mystical. No problem. All right, Miss Bikini Tanya. Let's see what we got for you. All right. Now is not the right time to do something you want to do. You also got wait and then try again. You also got a new job or promotion is coming your way. So I know you don't want a new job, but a promotion might be coming your way. You might get something good happen at work. And on the bottom, you have free will. So you have free will to get a new job if you want. If not, you might just get a promotion or they might give you something. Well, Tanya, sometimes it's like that, You went and told everybody you got two in one day. See, you're trying to get me in trouble. People can say, "Oh, really? You got two messages? Yeah. Oh, all right. I see who Mark likes." Nah, I usually give. I sometimes when I'm in the mood, I give everybody multiple messages. Then you're gonna be a pain in anyone's room. Wait, as soon as you show up, you're automatically gonna be a pain. You're welcome, Tanya, anytime. Dan worries too much. Dan, you're good. As soon as Dan comes in and he gives you that wave, it's like pain in the ass is here. Something's gonna happen. It's not my fault. Nah, you're good, Dan. We all know you show love, and nobody, if you get into anything with anybody, we know it's not your fault. We've never blamed. No one has ever blamed Dan for anything. I've never seen anybody say it's Dan's fault. He did it. Hello, Sandra. How you doing? Me too. Can you say hi, Mark? How you doing today? Can I get a message? Yeah, he has the name Mr. Cheeky. There you go. That's a good name for him. That's a very good name for him. Hmm. Hey, Sandra. Your first time here, welcome. Would you like a message? Sure, no problem. It's all good. I'm giving everybody a message, so if you want one, I'll give you one. For sure. All right, cool. See how easy it is? It's just like that. All right, let's see. Sandra. All right, let's see. All right, your first card says you want a new relationship or friendship, but now is not the right time for that. Make sure you don't say too much about your life and what you're doing. Stay discreet. When this card comes out, that's what it means. And on the very bottom, it says your finances will get better soon. So if you're looking to make more money, get more better financially, that'll happen soon. Basically, that's saying just be patient and it'll all unfold when it's ready. Dan, do you want some cards? Maybe that's what the card was for. See, don't deal with you guys. You know. See, Dan already knew what that card was for. You're trying to be patient. Yeah, all you gotta do is be patient for a little bit longer, Sandra, and everything will be all right. See, Dan actually wants a message tonight. Usually he'll say, "Nah, I'm good." He said, "Sure, please, and thank you." Shit, I better make sure I give him a good one now. And he's a Leo. I mean, a Leo. Okay. You also got one day at a time. You want the truth. So if you do want the truth, you have to test their sincerity. And if you don't want to, if you wait and try again later for something or whatever you want to do, you might have to wait and try again later. So whatever this is, you might have to wait a little longer. One day at a time, and you'll be all right. No problem, Dan. You're welcome. All right. Let me see what I get. Shit, this must be the card of the day. One day at a time again. And I also got people depend on you. That's true. Better opportunities are coming. That sounds good. And out with the old and in with the new. Sounds good to me. Oh, hey, Destiny. Yeah, all's been good. Nah, that's cool. When you don't show up, I know you're busy. And when you have time, I know you're dedicated to me. So I'm all good. No hard feelings. I know this is your summer vacation. You don't want to be hanging around here. You got shit to do. I know you like to visit Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse and Goofy and Donald. It's okay. So I know you're you know they're more important than I am. It's okay. It's all good. Exactly. You better come see Uncle Marky. You're working and you sleep. Yeah, that sounds good. That's what I do too. Work and sleep. I wish I could sleep more. Yeah, for sure. For sure, for sure. Slay. So you're looking for a better new job, man? Or a better job, I mean? I'm actually pulling some cards for everybody, so you're next if you want me to pull some cards for you. Yeah, and welcome to the world now, Destiny. See, you finish, you finish college, and now you got to get into the real world. See, yeah, welcome to the real world. Yeah, mhm. You want to make your own business or at least get a job with benefits. Yeah. Well, if you really want to get your own business, that's a good thing because that's something that I can vouch for. That's something that I did and I and benefited from, and now benefiting even more because I know that I made the right decision. You know, yeah, for sure. And not only that, not only my business has been successful for years, it could be more successful if I put more effort into it. But because I don't really like, because I'm taking a break from like working hard, I have this to fall back on, and I'm enjoying doing this more than I do in my other business. So I feel like I have two businesses, you know, this and my maintenance business. So when one aggravates me, I do the other. Sometimes I'm doing both. And sometimes, well, this year I've been more on here than I've been dealing with my own business. So it happens like that sometimes. You know, there's years where I'm on here a lot and working on here all the time. And then there's years where I'm not even on here and everybody's like, where the hell are you? And I'm working, you know, nonstop. So it happens, you know, and yeah, exactly. You took the words out of my mouth. You know, it's good, even if you want your own business, like ever since 2020 when COVID hit, there's a lot of people, I would say half the world had to change their whole life just to make means or make money, right? Some people had to, you know, they couldn't work at their job, so they had to do something that they previous did, or they made like their life different. So for me, I couldn't work as my business and go to people's houses because we were on lockdown. So when COVID hit, I came on here every day. So thank God that God put me here before COVID and already established me before COVID. So that way I didn't have to like, you know, start during COVID and work my way up. God already had a plan for me. He says, you're going to come on here before this damn COVID shit and you're going to be already established and then bang. See, so that's why I'm more and more grateful for what God gives me and puts in front of me, but I have to use it in the right way or else he'll take it away from me. So that's just my advice to you is even if you want a business, just remember the more businesses you have, the more you can fall back on. Multiple talents equals to multiple jobs. The more you learn, the more you earn. No, I'm not a rapper, but you know, it could be. But yeah, that's why like it's good to have many options. And if all failed, I just go back into DJing again. That's all. Which I don't want to, but if I had to, I would. I could. Yeah. Let me get a message for you, Destiny. All right. Free yourself from negativity. Don't overspend. Save some for later. In a few weeks' time, things can change. And your last card is get rid of low vibrational people. You got some different cards from everybody else. That's good. So there might be some negative people around you that you might have to get rid of. You know, say, yeah, time for you to get out of my life. Yeah, that's good. I'm like for 20 the masters, that's good. Benefits I can't. Yeah, exactly. See, But that's good. That I mean, it's. I'm glad that you're talented in multiple ways. You know, right? So one of my, I wouldn't say it's a regret, but one of my wishes was to actually go and start my business earlier. But I couldn't have started earlier because I didn't have all the knowledge that I needed. So when I was 29, uh, that's when I started my business. When I was 29, and when I went into the following year, when I was 30, I said to myself, I hope I made the right decision. I know I made the right decision, but right now I'm not really getting too much work. I'm getting work, but I still have to get this. I still got to get that. I still got to get more tools. I got to get more clients. I have to prove myself. I have to bust my ass. I have to make sure I'm legit. I got to make sure I pay my taxes, my this, my that, my social insurance. I had so much to do, and I had cleared out my bank account at the time, and it was hard for me to build it back up. But I wish I could have started when I was 21, 22, because I'd be semi-retired by now, you know. But I kind of feel that way now anyway, even though I didn't start that early. Hey Teresa, how you doing? Right, exactly. Time does go fast, and it's just that's why I encourage younger people like yourself to start your business as soon as you can, you know? So that's something that I always encourage younger people to do. And my my I remember talking to a young 22-year-old boy, a young man. Sorry, I don't want to call him a boy, but he was a 22-year old young man, and he said to me, "Hey, Mark, can I ask you a few questions?" I said, "Yeah, sure." So I'm like, "What this guy want to ask me?" He goes, "Oh, how did you start your business? What did you do? And how, do you regret it? Do you like it? When did you start?" Blah. So I told him everything I just told you. And I said to him, I said, if I were you, if you're confident enough to go on your own right now, leave your boss and go work on your own. And later on that summer, he took my advice and he did it. And his boss came to me and said, "Hey, did you tell this guy that worked for me to go on his own?" And I said, "Yeah, I did." He goes, "Oh, thank you for doing that." And I was like, "I thought you was gonna be mad at me." He goes, "No, no, I'm not mad. I'm glad he's on his own. And I'm still gonna hire him and give him work because I have too much work, so I'd rather give it to him." And I was like, "Good, it benefited both of us and both of you, I mean." And I said, "You started young too." So I was talking to this guy at the time, and he was like 26, and he had started like a year before that. So he started when he was 25. And I told them guys, so the earlier you start, the better. The less you're gonna do when you're older, because as you get older, when you reach like 40 something, 50 years old, 60, you don't want to work hard no more because your body's telling you what the hell are you doing, you know? So that's the stage I'm at right now where I had to like downsize my business and say, I'm not going to work hard anymore. I'm not going to bust my ass anymore. I mean, I miss doing some electrical contracting and making good money, but it's too much. It's too much for me to do by myself. And I'm not getting younger. And I destroyed my body the last couple of years working hard, and I'm not doing that no more. So then God has a plan for me. He says, "You know what? I'm gonna put you on here, and you're gonna be good to go. And I'll still give you work with your maintenance business, and you'll have enough to keep you going." And that's exactly what's happened. You know, I didn't plan it that way, but it happened that way. You know, yeah, that's what happens, Dan, when you're old. You'll get there someday. But I will never stop encouraging people, no matter how old they are. Now I'm not old. I'm only 48. Shit, I'm all right. If I was 88, I'd tell you I'm old. But 48 ain't that old. I don't consider myself old, but from what I was 20 years ago to now, yeah, my body feels old, you know? Yeah, sorry to hear about Jackass, your cat. And we just saw him. I saw him for the first time on your live that day. That's one of the worst days of my life till today is when my first dog passed away after 15 years. Having a pet that long and then watching him, pretty much go, it's like one of the worst feelings in the world. And to me, that's one of the worst days of my life till today. Definitely. And I dread the day that Diamond goes, because that's gonna be another bad day of my life. But I think I have a better outlook on things now because I know in spirit they'll be there for us, you know? So, yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's how I think that we should look at death as a positive outcome, not a positive way, because death is never, a good thing, a positive thing. But it's only a positive thing if somebody's hurting and from a disease or something like, but it's at the end of the day, we have to understand the main thing is when people or pets die, they're now with us for the rest of our lives, period, because they're a spirit now. So they're going to be with you all day every day if they want. Especially a pet will always be with us, no problem. There's some days that go by that I think that my dog came back as Diamond, you know, and like got reincarnated and came to me. I really believe that some days, and then some days I'm like, no, you can't be him because he never acted that way. But it's like the spirit fills the void. You know what I mean? Or sometimes you'll feel something rub up against your leg, and you're like, "What the hell was that?" It's actually your pet rubbing up against you, and you be like, "Nothing's even touching me, but I felt something, or a little tingling sensation, or something like that." But even if you don't, I can guarantee you that in spirit they're always gonna be with you, no matter what. Sometimes I see people's pets around them and stuff like that. That's for sure. Or I see other people's pets around you. There was a dog named Sam, and I was probably maybe 6 years old. I still have a picture of it. And the dog was twice my size when I was like 6 years old. And this dog wouldn't let nobody in the yard. It was my neighbor's dog. And I just met my neighbors as they moved in, and I see this big ass German Shepherd. And I didn't fear any animals like that. I always had like a thing with animals. I've never been attacked by an animal or anything like that. So I see this big ass German Shepherd. He's tied to a big ass rope, you know, and I said to myself, I'm gonna go up to this dog at 6 years old and I'm gonna pet him and see if he likes me. So as I got closer to the dog, my neighbor was like, "Hey, don't get too close to that dog. He's twice your size." But he says, it looks like he likes you because he's wagging his tail. And I went right up to him and started petting him. I gave him a hug, and he was wagging his tail. And ever since that day, we became friends. But anybody else would come around the yard that he didn't, he would go crazy. Oh no, Teresa, I didn't know that's how he went. I'm just reading what you said. Oh man. That sucks. Oh no. They knew each other for 2 months and he still did that? That's fucked up. But that's, that's like a natural thing. You know what I mean? Like a dogs hate cats. They have to like be born together in order to like that's my opinion. Because my dog, she can't stand cats. She's never been friendly with any other animals. She don't want no other animals around her. She'll go after birds, cats. She hates all that shit. Rats, anything. It's just a natural dog instinct, unfortunately. That's sad. I didn't know how that's how he went. How long does it take for the spirit to come to us? Immediately. He's probably with you right now. I'm sure. I'm sure he is. You'll probably get signs from him, or you might feel, like I said, you might feel him rub up against your leg, or you might get signs. However he was to you, you'll feel those ways spiritually now through him. Like for instance, if he would wake you up in the morning out of your bed and rub up against your face, then you can probably feel that same thing, that same way where he'll be there on your bed with you. If he slept in your bed with you throughout the night, then he's probably still there in spirit now. Yeah, that could have happened. Yeah. Okay, Dan. Well, cats will always try to defend themselves from a dog anyway. But if the dog was twice the size, then yeah. Like I'm trying to connect with Jackass now to see if I can connect to him in some way. Yeah, that's good. That'll help you. Like the only thing that I hear right now is that he's not mad at you for what happened. Like he doesn't want you to be upset with yourself because the dog attacked him. He said the dog did it because, he felt threatened by him or whatever. But he says he doesn't blame you for anything. Like, did he have like a little small bed you had him on? Like his own little bed? He just got used to being outside, yeah. But that's how it is. It's just like Diamond. She's been outside her whole life. So she's 10 years old. She's been outside constantly for 6 years in a row. And for the last 4 years, she's been inside with me. And she don't want to go back outside and live. She'd rather be in here because she wants to be around me all day. So I left her outside there one day and she didn't want to go nowhere. He had a tree cat house, yeah. Yeah, I could see him like in like a area where he slept, where he had like a bed area. Hmm. Good night, Sandra. Take care. You're welcome. Yeah. Oh, when I first saw him, he was, on the bed. So, and he's gonna be on that bed regardless. He's gonna be with you still in the bed in spirit. That's without a doubt. Yeah. I don't know if you like fed him like people food. Like when you ate your food, was he around? Like was he around you when you ate food and did you give him like some of your food sometimes? Because I see him like wanting to eat food and stuff. Like it's almost like he's like he wanted to eat like he was eating something. He was nope to people food. That's weird because it's almost like he's eating like a piece of chicken. Hmm. I wonder why. Wonder what happened. Did the dog? Did the dog do that? Does a dog eat people food? I'm trying to understand why he's showing me people food. Ah, yeah. So like, so did you feed the dog people food the day that jackass that happened to him? Because I'm thinking that maybe he's trying to tell me that the dog had food and the cat was around, so maybe the dog wanted to like that doesn't make no sense to me though. I'm wondering why like I see like a piece of chicken around them. So I'm trying to make, you know, a sense of what he's trying to show me. See, that don't make no sense why I saw a chicken. Maybe there was chicken in the garbage. Cause all I see is like a piece like this big of chicken. Like how you peel like you take a piece of chicken off and you go like that. Right. So it looks like a piece of food. That's what I see. I see a piece of food and it looks like chicken. That's why I'm asking you this stuff. So I'm wondering why I see chicken or a piece of chicken. Yeah. because they have animals have a bad habit of going around, garbage if they smell food and shit. They can eat like really good and still go to the garbage thing. Yeah, that's probably what it is. Then that's probably what he's trying to tell me, that it's possible that the dog was around the garbage, had a piece of food, and then Jackass came to see what was going on, and then the dog probably attacked him. That could be it right there. Because I'm wondering why I'm seeing this. Because if he doesn't eat people food, then that don't make no sense. But now that you're saying that, that could have happened. Because dogs are very, they don't want nobody else eat their food. Maybe that could have triggered it. It's possible. That happens here a lot too. A lot of the animals wreck the garbage bags. They're so annoying. And that's sad. But yeah, that's the images that I'm getting. That could be what it is. Is the dog like brown? I'm getting like different things here. So like I don't know, maybe it's brown, yeah. Brown and black. Cause I do see like a brownish dog, but it's dark, it's a dark brown. So that could be the black as well. But I do see a brown dog though. And he's way bigger than the cat, that's for sure. I'm getting some things here and there. I'm trying to see like further into it, but I'm only being shown some things, but I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to figure out what they're telling me. But that I think that's what probably happened. Because it could be like, how we put our, how you put like trash inside of, the garbage and it's like bones or leftover food and stuff like that. It's a pain in the ass because they can smell that stuff and a dog will get into that shit easy. Dogs are so ignorant that they can eat all day and all damn night. Yeah, I can see that yeah. So I have the right dog here because I see a big brown dog and it's way bigger. So that's probably what it was. It could be. Well, at the end of the day, it's almost like a normal thing for a dog to do that to a cat. I know so many cats that have gone that way because the dog just doesn't want to deal with them. Or if the dog grew up around cats and never did it to any other cat, then maybe something happened where, Jackass probably did something to him and then that's it. Or he just probably said, you know what, I'm had enough of this cat or whatever. Or like you said, maybe he scratched him and he reacted. Could be. I'm not seeing how exactly it went down. Like they're not showing me that. But what I told you so far is what they've shown me, what they've told me. The only other way I can think of it is if your boyfriend said the trash was tampered with, it could have been through the dog. The dog could have chewed up the garbage. If the garbage was chewed up and he had pulled something out of there, maybe he was like being kind of like, like don't you dare touch my shit. And then the jackass reacted to him, and then well, could be that. But like I said, I'm not sure, but I'm thinking that could have been what it is. But either way, you can forgive the dog. At the end of the day, animals are animals, and they're gonna do things like that. They can get territorial. They can just snap on you in an instant. It can happen. It's sad, but I've seen animals turn on people that they've known for years. It just sometimes they can get possessed, or they get aggravated, or they get pissed off, or they have like this thing overcomes them, and that's it. Yeah. Well, see, if it's Jackass's first time around a dog, then maybe she maybe Jackass attacked the dog, and the dog was like, "What the hell are you doing?" and reacted to him. Yeah, and that's probably what it was. Yeah, yeah, it's hard to say because you know if they've played together before, something must have happened. Yeah, yeah. Either way, Teresa, you know, um, it's nice of you to forgive the dog, and just remember that Jackass is going to be there in spirit. And now you have another way of your spirituality to get even more powerful. Because I tell everyone, when someone passes away or your animal passes away, that animal or that person becomes a part of your spiritual army. And because he already had those gifts, you know, and he was around you doing, when you was doing tarot and things like that, that just tells you right there that, you know, that's that's what it's all about. He's gonna be there for you regardless. He's now gonna help you become even stronger spiritually and all that. Yeah, exactly, Destiny. Yeah, and I remind people of that because it's happened to me too. When my dog passed away, I was devastated, and when he passed away, I was pretty much like starting to get into like starting to develop my mediumship, gifts. Like I was already doing it, but it had become like a bigger part of my life at the time. And I remember sitting down on my couch, and I can feel like something rubbing up against my leg. I was like, what the fuck is that? So I looked down, and nothing was there. And then a psychic friend of mine, deals with animals, like talks to animals and stuff. And I asked her if that was him, and she said, "Yeah, it's him, and he's there." And she explained everything, and I bawled my eyes out. I cried like crazy because she told me things that he used to do and how he was and all of that. And that's when I really, really believed it after I got a reading from her back in the day. And then now I understand because now I see that stuff now, you know? So, it's that's why I can reassure you that no matter what, that your pets are with you, believe me, and they're hanging out. I don't know if you guys remember, know my friend Ilda. I did a reading for her one time in here, and her dad was sitting on a chair, and he had three dogs around him, and I described all three dogs, and those were all his dogs that were passed away around him. I'll never forget that. Like all the dogs were like right next to him in spirit, and it was crazy. And I think one of the dogs wasn't even his. It was like it was another person's dog, but hanging around the other dogs because they used to hang out or something like that. I can't remember exactly how it went, but it was something to that effect. Yeah. So I sometimes I see people's pets with them. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that's why, at the end of the day, no matter what, they're gonna be with us regardless. It's like losing a family member, that's how serious a pet is to people. Some people don't care. They go buy another one and get over it. But I can't do that. Yeah. Yeah. I was the same way, Teresa. When my pit bull passed away, it was one of the worst days of my life, and I'll never forget it. I'm totally over it now, and I have Diamond in my life. And this dog's not even my dog. My brother-in-law got this dog 10 years ago and brought it in from England, and he never took care of her. He treated her like shit. He verbally abused her. He hit her a few times. He forgot to feed her many times. He didn't give a shit about this dog. He just wanted the dog to guard the house and be a presence and a nuisance. And then when he left here 2 years ago, she became a different dog. It's like the devil's gone, and now I can live my life. This dog has done a 360 since that guy left this house. Once she knew he was gone and didn't see him around, she did a 360. Everybody says, I've never seen this dog like this before. And I said, of course, because she knows that asshole is not here no more. She's a different dog. She's so much relaxed and she's catching up with all her sleep, you know? Yeah. No, that's like my pit bull. My pit bull is never gonna be replaced, you know? Diamond, I love her to death, but she's nothing like my original dog. My original dog he was a male, he was a beast. Nobody can even come near me or touch me. It wasn't happening. But now, like, it's like, okay, Tanya, you too have a great night, sweetheart. I'm gonna get out of here soon too, because it's almost 1 o'clock in the morning. I just want to make sure Teresa's okay. Well, yeah, yeah, I know it. Having other animals and cats is never gonna be the same as the one you love the most. You know what I mean? So, oh yeah, definitely. You know, my mom is the same way. My mom's had at least 10 cats, and every cat that she's mourned, none will be like the one that she had for 16 years. She had a cat named Multi. She was multicolored, and she died from like cancer or whatever. And when she got operated on, she passed away in the operation, and my mom blamed the doctors and said they killed her on purpose. And I'm like, Mom, come on, man. Cut it out. Like, it happens. Like, people die because the cancer spreads. At least they tried. Marilyn, if you want to, yeah, I can take your question and I'm gonna go afterwards. But you can do. Hey Fiona, how you doing? Yeah, it's almost 1 o'clock in the morning here. So you're welcome, Teresa, and thanks for coming by and talking about it. It's nice to talk about, the whole thing and get it off your chest and talk to us about it. We all know, everybody knows what it's like to lose a pet. It's nothing great. But just remember that, he's always going to be with you now. He's always going to be there with you. And he's going to make your psychic abilities even stronger. So remember that. He'll help you even more now. He's still going to do terror with you. That's how you got to look at it. All right. All right. Marilyn, I got your donation. Thanks, and I'll answer your question. And after that, I'm going to go night night. The Marilyn Monroe. I don't really know too much about Marilyn Monroe. All I know is she was famous, but I don't know anything about her. I couldn't tell you much about her, but all I know is she was famous. And she used to slay. She was the slay queen. Uh, as far as your question, Marilyn, what I'm getting here is this person, the Gemini, he shows up in the reading. Um, he feels like the way he feels towards you is sad. He feels like he made a lot of mistakes, and those mistakes caused vulnerability and it caused problems. Right now, he's still confused about the whole situation between you and him. Mentally, he does think about stuff, and he would rather be like alone right now, which I do see him alone here. And he's focusing a lot on his life, his work, his job, his whatever he's doing. But how he feels about you is he's mentally thinking about you from time to time, but he thinks that you guys weren't compatible enough, and that's why things didn't work. Speaking of dogs, look. Say hi to Destiny. No? All right, fine. Be like that then. She's like, look, bro, leave me alone. It's time to go to bed. Yeah, I gave her a bath yesterday. Yeah, she's trying to get comfortable for the night. So Marilyn, that's what I got with the Gemini X. That he wants to be alone. He doesn't think that things were good between you guys, and that's why it didn't work. A lot of mistakes were made, and I still feel like he's sad and he's lost his faith in trying to reconcile or to get back together. She was a good actress from the 50s and the 60s. Yeah, see, that was before my time. I was born in 77, so I remember seeing like black and white videos from back in the day, but I don't remember her like that. I know she's a household name. A lot of people love her and talk about her. But yeah. So yeah, that's what I'm getting, Marilyn. You're welcome. But I see this guy focused a lot on himself. I don't see him like, with anybody else or anything like that. But that's how he feels towards you, like he made some mistakes with you, and I don't see regret or anything. I just see that, he might have been vulnerable at the time. But it looks like he's focusing a lot on his life and his career. All right, guys, it's almost 1 o'clock in the morning here. I'm gonna get my ass to bed. I've been on here for almost 2 hours. So I will see you all tomorrow. I'm glad you guys came in and came to see me and hang out. Like always, great conversations and talking about life, and that's what it's all about. I hope you guys all have a wonderful night and have a wonderful week coming up. And yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow at some point in time. My friend Mystical here, she has a channel and she's like probably gonna go live in a few minutes or today because she's already in the future. So yeah, if you guys want to go hang out with her, she does readings and stuff and does tarot too. So while I'm sleeping, you guys can go hang out with her. She's already and already on Monday. She's already started her week. We're gonna go to sleep though. But some of you that don't go to sleep or you're in her time zone or you're way behind me and you want something to do, Mystical's going live. So you guys can go hang out with her. She's a cool chick. At 2 p.m. I don't know what time that is there, but yeah. So yeah, if you guys want to, you can subscribe to her. I know some of you already are, but yeah. Let me see. I'll see if I can get it for you. Yeah, I got it. If you click on that link, it'll take you right to her channel. If you click on that link, click on that, subscribe, and then you guys can hang out with her because she's gonna go live in a little while, and I'm gonna go to sleep. So you guys have a good time while I'm sleeping. All right. You might see Dan over there. Dan hangs out over there, and Teresa, a few other people from here hang out over there. So yeah, just go hang out with her while I'm asleep. If you guys want something to do. Good seeing you, Destiny. Okay, Mystical, Dan, Fiona. I'll see you guys tomorrow. And guys, have a good live, Mystical. Hope you have fun. And you guys go hang out. See you guys tomorrow. I'm out.